Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Antony narrates heartbreaking circumstances from hell that propelled him from Brazil to Manchester United. Antony arrived from Ajax to United in a mega money deal after the player went on to strike to force through a move. He has since endeared himself to fans who have been impressed with his skillful and thrillingly entertaining way of playing. However, it has not always been easy for Antony, as he disclosed to the Players' Tribune. Antony explained the tough and heartbreaking circumstances that fueled his desire to become a footballer. These have propelled the player from playing for Sao Paulo just 3 years ago to becoming one of Manchester United's most recognized faces. Antony told the Players' Tribune, "I was born in hell, that's not a joke. For my European friends who don't know, the favela where I grew up in Sao Paulo is called Infernijo, Little Hell. It's an infamous place. 15 steps from our front door, drug dealers were always doing their business. We were so used to seeing guns that it was not even scary. They were just a part of everyday life. Man, some of the things I have seen, only those who have lived it can understand. I am not saying this to sound tough, it was just my reality." Antony narrated an instance when he was 8 or 9 years old and he found a stationary body on the ground. He afterwards realized that the man was dead. He went on to tell how football was his saving grace on the favelas, where it was an equalizing factor. Everyone played football and it brought each member of the community together. The 22-year-old confided how he promised his mother to buy her a red Range Rover after he spotted one in the favelas. Antony fulfilled this promise during his Ajax day. The Brazilian named 3 football gods on his heroes growing up: Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar. He finished by responding to the criticism against him for his skills, led by United legend Paul Scholes and the media, who branded him a clown. He reiterated that everything he does has a purpose and that his critics don't understand his story. Certainly, Antony is an inspiration to many that anything is possible with hard work and resilience in the face of challenges. He is a breathing reminder of this. Man United loanee Amad Diallo named in a Championship Team of the Week. Amad Diallo has experienced highs and lows at Manchester United, but roughly 2 years since signing from Atalanta, he remains on the periphery at Old Trafford. The Ivorian youngster spent the second half of the 2021 season with the senior side and impressed in his brief cameos, with that goal against Milan in the Europa League being the obvious highlight. He struggled to find a way into the side on the other side of the summer break and was eventually loaned out to Rangers, where he found it difficult to have an impact. This year, pre-season felt like a make-or-break moment for Amad. The 20-year-old joined Sunderland on a season-long loan, and manager Tony Mowbray have been vocal in his support and criticism of the tricky winger. Mowbray recently praised Amad for his form, and now the attacker has been named in the Championship Team of the Week following his man of the match display against Birmingham. Amad assisted Sunderland's opening goal in that game before scoring the winner in the second half. The victory took Sunderland up to 15th in the Championship table. Amad has now been directly involved in 4 goals in his last 5 appearances in the leagues, signaling that the tide may finally be turning. Amad's talent is there for everyone to see, but for whatever reason, it just hasn't happened for him at United yet. He is also quite unlucky in the sense that he joined when the club was in need of heavy investment in his position. Since he joined in 2021, the club have signed both Antony and Jadon Sancho, which makes it difficult for Amad to break into the senior side going forward. A good season with Sunderland could, however, earn him a loan move to the Premier League next season, and that's when everyone will get to see what he is really about. It can't be forgotten that he is still only 20. Victor Lindelof refuses to speak on a Cristiano Ronaldo interview saga. Manchester United are trending worldwide at the moment, and not for their last gasp victory over Fulham in the last Premier League game before the World Cup break. Instead, Cristiano Ronaldo's interview with Piers Morgan, in which he trashes the club, the owners, the Glazers, manager Erik ten Hag, and former players has led to pandemonium worldwide. Most people on social media are crying out for the club to cut him loose in January, and the club are exploring the options of how to best deal with the situation. Current United star Victor Lindelof was not named by United's number 7, but was asked about the now infamous interview while he was away with the Sweden national team. The defender was in no mood to entertain such questions, especially while part of a national team camp. As reported by Football Scanalin, he said, "I do not know, I will not answer that question. You get to take the next question." When pressed further as to why he will not say anything, the Swede added, "It's my decision," implying that the club had nothing to do with his current stand. The Sweden national team's acting press manager Nicholas Green did clarify as to why no comments were made by the United centre-back on the issue. "He doesn't want to talk about this. It came up during a conversation we had. It's something to do with his club and employer. It really has nothing to do with his context. He wants to talk about the national team. My job is partly to create a good environment for people to be able to perform in. My job is to make sure that you can do a sensible job, but also that the players can perform. This is something that can typically create a huge energy leak in many directions and edges," he said via Sport Witness. Just like with the Swedish national team, United have also refrained from making any comments on the issue as they want to preserve this newfound team spirit and unity. Ralf Rangnick responds to Cristiano Ronaldo's scathing comments about his credential. Former Manchester United interim boss Ralf Rangnick has replied to Cristiano Ronaldo's hurtful comments about him. Ronaldo gave an interview to Piers Morgan in which he came out guns blazing against several people associated with United. One person that came to the fore and was a centerpiece of the shocking excerpts was Ralf Rangnick. Ronaldo publicly and mockingly questioned Rangnick's comments in his bombshell interview with Morgan. The 37-year-old said about the German football manager, "If you are not even a coach, how are you going to be the boss of Man United? I'd never even heard of him." Rangnick has replied to Ronaldo's comments but refused to be pulled into sparring with the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner or engaging in a public spat. Cronin, via Sport Witness, reports on Rangnick's response. "I am the team boss of Austria's national team. It's not my job to judge that, whether he is qualified or not." The ex-United interim boss added, "It's the job of Manchester United and the sports journalist." Rangnick's spell at United was a disaster. Clearly the players were not playing for him and did not buy into his vision. Out of all the players who did not put in an effort for Rangnick, Ronaldo was one of the most obvious ones opposite to the manager's tactics. Reports at the time indicated that Ronaldo was not in favor of Rangnick's high-pressing system that demanded a striker to initiate the press and lead in the defensive work. These are some of the same reservations Ronaldo holds with Erik ten Hag's way of playing. Brentford striker Ivan Toney being eyed by Manchester United as a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester United are looking at Ivan Toney as a possible replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo, whose future at the club is uncertain, according to reports derived from several outlets via Manchester Evening News. There is increasing speculation over the Portugal international's future at the Old Trafford side. Ronaldo wanted to leave in the recent transfer window, however, he ended up staying put in Manchester in the summer of 2022 with no deal materializing. And since then, the Portuguese star has failed to break into the team at United. The gaffer has preferred other options ahead of the 37-year-old in the starting lineup. His form in front of goal has not been in the best either. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner has struggled to find the back of the net and has cut a frustrating figure on the pitch. Toney has been firing in goals in the current campaign. The 26-year-old has been performing well since last season, and the striker's form even attracted Gareth Southgate's attention. However, he has not been selected for the World Cup squad. The Brentford star has proven himself in the Premier League, playing for the Dutch Community Stadium side, with the latest contribution being a spectacular brace in a 2-1 win against Manchester City. He has 11 goals and 3 assists in 16 games across competitions this campaign. Manchester United will not face competition from Manchester City and Liverpool for Paris Saint-Germain striker Kylian Mbappe. Manchester United will not face competition from Manchester City and Liverpool for Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe, according to the Mirror. The club have identified him as a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. After the Portugal international's controversial interview with Piers Morgan, the Red Devils will look to part ways with him. The former Juventus star took aim at the club, accusing them of betrayal. The 37-year-old also stated that he had no respect for Erik ten Hag. Originally, the Old Trafford side were looking to bolster their forward line next summer. However, the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner actions could fast-track the club's plans to get in a new number 9 in January. While it would be difficult for United to pull off a deal for Mbappe, the France international would be the dream signing for them. Real Madrid were also eyeing the 23-year-old. However, Los Blancos have cooled their interest in him. The PSG forward has turned into one of the best players in the world since breaking out at Monaco. United evidently need a goal scorer, and the 23-year-old is just that. Mbappe has turned many heads over the years with his performances, and the 23-year-old will evidently want to be part of a successful side. Unfortunately, United still have ways to go before challenging for titles, but most fans would love to have the France international in the team. According to a report from Jeremy Cross of the Daily Star, Manchester United will explore the chances of signing Kylian Mbappe in a sensational £150 million deal. Kylian Mbappe has emerged as a potential target to replace Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United, with United possessing the financial might to pay the £150 million plus transfer fee. Victor Osimhen on Man United's radar for January. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen is considered as a potential target to replace Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United in January, according to the Mirror. Ronaldo recently came up with an explosive interview with Piers Morgan where he showed a lack of respect for manager Erik ten Hag as well as the club's owners. The 37-year-old is expected to have his contract terminated as a result, and the Mirror claimed that the club could pursue a high-profile striker as early as January. Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe has emerged as a shock target, but a deal is highly unlikely, with him having only signed a new contract over the summer. Osimhen is said to be the alternative, and the Mirror side that he could be available for around £60 million when the transfer window reopens in the new year. The Nigerian star is in his third campaign at Napoli, where he has started to realize his potential. The 23-year-old has bagged 10 goals and 3 assists from 14 games. Osimhen has caught the eye with his good finishing skills, but also offers an aerial presence in the box. He is a modern striker who has a strong physique but can also dribble. Erik ten Hag got the best out of Sebastian Haller at Ajax after his dismal spell at West Ham United. He could work wonders with Osimhen, who is just entering the prime of his career. With Ronaldo set to leave, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial are the other striking options in the squad, but the latter has been hampered by numerous injuries this season. There are no assurances that Martial will stay unscathed during the back of the end of the campaign. If Osimhen were to join United in January, he could make the number 9 position his own, as Rashford tends to far best when operating from the left side of the attack. In our opinion, we don't believe Napoli will sell Osimhen at £60 million. They purchased him from Lille 2 years ago for £65 million, and it may take close to £100 million to price him away. Knowing Aurélien de Laurentiis' shrewd decision-making over the years, he may also turn down the proposal, with Napoli pursuing their first Serie A title since 1990. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.